Button FX here and back on your screens, and this is literally a trade breakdown on how I caught GBPUSD twice in a row. Okay, as you can see, twice in a row. The first one was 7.3 IRL, the second one was 6.6 IRL, literally 6.7 IRL. Okay, so this is how it went. So as you can see, the whole structure, first of all, structure is king. Structure is really king. Okay, so as you can see, this whole structure from here, this whole structure reacted or mitigated from this other block over here. This other block, it's mitigated from this other block. So I am marked, and as you can see, there is a sweep over here. There is a sweep. Normally, as I saw that this structure was reacting from this area, I marked my sweep. That is what I've used the X. That is the sweep, as you can see. So which means this is a strong low. I can put my stops. Okay, and as you can see here, price mitigated very well, and hopefully it was also aligning with my strong level. That is my strong support level. Okay, as you can see, my strong support level, that was a strong support level. And what I call strong support or resistance level is what I always talk about. When price mitigates a particular level for so many times, okay, you mark it and expect that price would come back to mitigate it again. Okay, so price mitigated this same level where I marked my POI. This is my POI, this rectangular box from the sweep candle. That is my POI of price mitigated it. Okay, price mitigated. There was a move from here after the mitigation. This is the mitigation, and there was a move. Price came back to react with this breaker over here. Okay, so after this mitigation, price came back to tap into this breaker, made a pullback, literally. Okay, that is the system I always use. After price taps back into my zone like this, come back, takes a low, this is the sweep. Okay, I mark my sweep. Price comes back to mitigate, sometimes creates inducement, takes the previous high and comes back to take the low. That is the inducement. Okay, if it takes it out, then there is a move. Definitely price is going to pull back, but for that one, this low over here becomes our strong low over here because it has taken out a previous low. Okay, it becomes our strong level. So I would expect price to pull back, create an inducement, break structure again, then come back to take out the inducement and up. Okay, so I would always take my entry from the inducement level. Okay, that is how I do it. Normally, that is how I do it. Okay, that is literally structure. I can use this level as my POI over here. So as you can see, that's the same thing that happened over here. Price tapped back into this breaker block over here, came back, made a pullback, created an inducement. Okay, created an inducement. As you can see, this is our inducement over here. An incomplete pullback. This is an incomplete pullback. Some might call it a structural liquidity. When you go way lower in the lower time frame, you are going to see the V shape very well. Okay, so I marked it aligning with my point of interest as well as my support level. Price tapped into it. I targeted this previous high over here and I smashed my TP. Okay, so it's literally sweep, break, and just liquidity. Okay, just wait for liquidity to be taken out and you're good to go. Pick your entry, that is all. So after price broke structure over here, I smashed my TP over here. Definitely, if price breaks structure like this, price comes back to take out this previous high over here, definitely price would revisit that same level. Price would revisit that same level, create an inducement for it. This is the inducement being created, then tap. Okay, let me make it quite clear like this. If price comes back, breaks structure like this, price would revisit the same level, create an inducement, break structure, then come back to tap into that same level, take out this previous low, tap into that same level, then up. Okay, so which means this level would be my POI. Okay, this level would be my POI. Then my inducement or my liquidity would be, let me mark it well, this will be my liquidity over here. This is the liquidity over here. That is the inducement, the structural liquidity. Okay, so as you can see over here, I marked my breaker block. Somebody might also take their entry from this single candle order block over here. As you can see, there's a bearish single candle order block. It's like an indecision candle. Okay, someone might take their entry, and put it at the tip like this. They're also going to get in this trade. Okay, but I mark this breaker block or the same level. I marked it like this with my trend line, and price took out this inducement. That is the incomplete pullback. As always, created the inducement like that, tapped into it. I targeted the previous high. This was the previous high. That was literally my target. Then I smashed TP like that. So that is it. That is really it. So you can just use this as your model of trading. Just look for breaker blocks, work with breaker blocks. Okay, you wait for price to take out a previous high. You make sure price creates an inducement, break structure, come back to revisit that same level, then up. Okay, you can use this level as your POI. Okay, understand? But normally when price takes out inducement or liquidity, that is when it moves. So you can put your entry here, then your stops will be a little below this level. Okay, so you can do it like this, very simple, and your stops will be a little below. Then you target this previous high. Okay, this is almost 3 IRR. Okay, you can even reduce it. It depends on the size of the candle. As you can see over here, my stop was just a little below. So in case price is to use the whole of this candle, the whole of this breaker, but the moment price tapped, it moved. Okay, that is literally it. As you can see, there's a current trade going on. You can use this as your trade this afternoon. Price has taken that low where I took my entry from. Price has come to take it out, so you can just literally mark it like this. Sorry, you can mark it like this. Then you can pick a POI. Even though price has mitigated this single candle order block, that is this bearish single candle order block, but it can also mitigate it again. As you can see, the reactions from here, price has tapped into it. There's a tap into this single candle order block, because initially when there was a tap into this level, this same level where the single candle order block is, it is not actually the candle. Okay, it didn't reach the body of the candle. Okay, so price can mitigate it again. Price can really mitigate it again. So thank you. I hope you've learned something. Subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. Boom.